when you click on a resource in my library, you'll see the option to assign or to play the activity. The assign option is best for asynchronous sessions. You'd use this option for homework assignments, self-directed in-class learning activities, even evaluations like quizzes and tests. So when you click on this button, you see the option to quick start as well as custom settings. Even though it says quick start is recommended, I recommend clicking on custom settings to see what's there. And these are some of the options you can put into place. So right now I could pick a class to assign it to. I do want to show you this because only certain classes are available. So for example, I could assign it to my period 2 social studies because this is a class I created manually. My Schoology classes, I'm going to have to assign the activities from Schoology. But I did want to show you that option in case you do create the classes manually. You can also set a start and end time. So right now it's going to start, it's going to be available as soon as I click assign. I can change that if I want, and I can decide when I want to end it. So if it's something that I'm having students do in class today, I could say 1 day. If it's a homework assignment, I could go 1 week. Right now, students are allowed to submit late submissions. There is not a close date, but I could toggle that on, and then I could enter a close date. I do have accommodations toggled on if there are some assignments that I'm giving where I don't want students to have accommodations. Maybe it's an actual test, and I don't want it to be translated or for answer choices to be reduced. I can toggle that off. But typically, if you did go through the steps to assign accommodations for students, you're going to want to leave that on. Right. Hints. There are hints on this assessment. I can go ahead and turn hints off, which I would recommend if you're actually giving this as a test or a quiz versus a homework assignment. So you determine that. And then you get to select a mode. So each mode, if I pick a different mode, you're going to see these options below here change. Each mode does something different. So when you click on a mode, it tells you what the mode does. So for this was an assessment. So do I want to just be reinforcing skills and have repeated practice? Do I just want independent student practice? Or is this actually a test? So this one's going to be a test for me, and I'm going to allow only 1 attempt. Now, if it's a homework setting, I could assignment, I could make it unlimited, and then I can decide if there's a question timer or not. So even though when I made the activity, each question was timed, I can go ahead and I can turn that off because I want students to have more time to do what they need to do. I can also, this is a newer feature, I can turn on the anti-cheating monitor. So that means that if students switch tabs or leave their full screen mode, I'm going to get an alert. So that's going to let me know if they might be looking for the answers elsewhere on that same device. All right, and then I have other settings here that I can look at. I could, the question timer I have off. I don't need to, this is going to be an independent assignment, so I don't need to make students' names anonymous because they're doing it independently. I can allow students to skip questions and come back later. Right, for mastery, I can set the number of attempts. It's already 1. I can decide if the questions are rotated. I'm going to keep that off. And I could also, right now, I'm not letting students see the answer after each question because this is a test. If it was homework, I could turn it on. Validate only would let them know if they got it right or wrong, but wouldn't tell them what the exact answer was. Right, you can see my anti-cheating settings here. So again, not seeing answers after the session. I don't want to shuffle questions, don't want to shuffle answers. Right, and then you see a gamification options. Because I picked test, I am getting a serious theme where there's not a lot of distractions there. All right, once I'm done with this, I'm going to click assign. I can either use this button or I can use this button right here. And then the screen pops up, and then what I would do is, if it was an independent in-class activity or stations, I could keep this up on the board, let students go to this link and type in this code. I could use this copy link icon and paste it onto my learner management system if I was giving it as homework and I wanted students to complete it out of class. But you'll also see the copy the join link button here. Right, when I exit, it's going to bring me back to this screen, which is going to show me the join information for that activity. So then again, I can copy that link and share it with students. So that is how you launch an activity for students that they can complete independently.